Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCTcentre, and joining me again as usual is Morganne Rayne, Adept, visionary, spiritual guide, ceremonialist and artist. Hello, Morganne.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest, a little cloudy, but we're up and we're ready to embrace our day and this beautiful February time when, there's a chill in the air, but there's hope in the sprout. I have onions coming up. I have, my garden's responding to the bit of the warmer winter part that we have here. And there's life that is, that just always amazes me. That where I plant, it can freeze over, it can have a pile of snow on top of it. But then when it starts to warm up, there's stuff underneath that's coming up. So I went out yesterday and I have these pots on my deck and I plant random food in them. And I had onions potted in one. And here's all these onion shoots coming up. And, but that's like the spirit too. We need a time of rest and going within and dormancy and letting it go, and all those familiar ways of not advancing into our world, but retreating and coming within and caring for the soul and receiving the blessings of the darkness, receiving the blessings of that time of the wintering of the soul. It's a valuable time, and a lot of people don't take advantage of that time. They move so quickly into everything that they don't take time to do that beautiful retreat within, move past that ego experience and move into the spirit of who they truly are, and then move into the world. So that's important. I know we didn't start off, we started off very quickly, but have you got any questions or?
No, I don't have questions, only about this feeling of spring. I don't have anywhere onions here, but I have pots of flowers.
Uh-huh.
And I love in England, mostly I love this, literally on the 1st of January, start spring. You feel spring in air. And I love this spring in air. I love those birds singing. I love that everything green is starting coming out everywhere.
Yeah.
I have some daffodils halfway through, and in sunshine places there is nearly all daffodils already out.
Yeah, me too.
It's so brilliant.
Yeah.
I love this time. I love spring, and at the moment it's really beautiful. It's crispy, like you said,
crispy, yeah,
but beautiful.
But beautiful, and it's not treacherous out. The ice is gone, and we may have another snowfall, but this is just. I keep looking out because I have. If you could just see where I live, it's so beautiful. I sit atop a canopy of above an apple orchard, and then the rest of my view is just forest. And I get to watch the deer.
Wonderful.
It's just so healing, so beautiful. But this is, I say I created this, right? It's like it was. I know I've definitely created two places before, and both of them are magnificent places to be. And it was just totally out of my consciousness. And, I want to talk about that today. How about we just go right there? Okay. So,
okay.
So, I I love Ralph Waldo Emerson. I don't know if you've read any of Ralph Waldo
No.
Emerson, but when I was in ministerial school, I took a whole course on Emerson, which was just amazing. What a brilliant metaphysician that was able to take the stirrings of spirit and put them into words that were just impactful and meaningful and profound. And this one quote just kept kind of coming across my field, right? And the quote, I want to just say it perfectly. All I have seen teaches me to trust the Creator for all I have not seen. I'm going to read it again because it's profound. All I have seen teaches me to trust the Creator for all I have not seen. So I love that quote because I feel like that's the work I do, right? It kind of correlates with what we're talking to in this wintering of the soul, of the going in and being in the deliciousness of what is not seen, right? So we are impacted all the time by what we have seen. We can look out and you can look around and you can go, oh yeah, there's a painting, there's another painting. Oh, look at all those, you can see all of that. You can see the blades of grass. You can see the needles on all the trees. And if you really just stop and think about how magnificent and how much there is, it's everywhere, but it's a small fraction of what there is, what has been, and even a smaller fraction of what will be. Right? So if we put our stake into just what we see, we miss the time of the creation of what is not seen. And so we are the ones that move into that that interior space, that movement of going within the heart, within the silence, within beyond the ego, where the ego is always blah, 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 always chatting at you or telling you what you can't have or what you need to go for, or, anytime you start hearing, you got to go do this, you got to do this, you better pull that plug right away because that's the ego just pushing you out based on information that's already been. Past information. So everything that's seen and unseen. Well, let's take this chair, right? This is a great chair. It's big, it's cushy, it's supportive. Somebody thought of that chair. Somebody thought, what a great idea. If I made a chair, created a chair that was made this way and filled with this much foam and was this color and all of that. Somebody created that in their mind. They thought of it, right? We all, those are those seed thoughts, right? And they go, but if they would have just stopped there, they would have just had a great idea of a great chair. But what they did was they moved that thought into some action in their world. So they received the thought. So the difference is, okay, so you receive the thought, you think about it, you move with it. You just don't go out and start hammering away and creating something. You let it come in, you visualize it, you create it within your own mind, the whole thing, how it will look, how it will be, how will someone experience it. You move into the wholeness of that creation, but that's an inside job, right? And then from the inside, you can move it to the outside, or the outside will bring elements together for it to be created. Does that make sense?
It does.
Right? So that interior life is first and foremost. Not just go, oh, that's a great idea, let's just go da 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 da, right? You sit with it, you be with it, you experience it. So there's great teachers will spend time in that silence and in that place of the no thingness, and I love that, the no thing, the nothing, but which is the no thing. You're not attached to thing. There's no thing. It's just you and source, which is you. Just in beingness, right? So you're not attached to a thing, but then the divine will give you, drop a little idea. So in that silence, in that place, when you got that bing, then you move into your world with the bing and you don't move until. So for great teachers, they sit in that silence, and then the words that come through are those of source or of creator. And those are the words that can ignite hearts, your heart, everyone's heart, right? It ignites the hearts of everyone present. So everyone knows here I've been teaching a class on Course in Miracles. And so I spend my week, so I've divided them into core concepts. So each week I take the core concept that we're going to be working with, and I study it, I read it, I embrace it, I research what do other people think about this? What's another view on this? So I'm getting a multitude of information, and then I go sit silent, and then I ask, what would you like for me to bring forward? What's the greatest thing I can bring forward? So with that question, when I go in, I just go into the silence, and then it's like boom, 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 boom. I know exactly what to do. And by just the calls and people are gifting me, like, it's so beautiful, they're so grateful, and they give out of their generosity for that, and I'm so grateful. And it's just it's a beautiful experience of just bringing source, bringing God, bringing that back into the lives of each and every person, so they can wake up and remember who they are, and that they're not their ego, that they are a divine, holy child of God. And as a divine, holy child of God, you have that direct access. You have that capacity to move within. And then when we have this beautiful quote, all I have seen teaches me to trust the Creator for all I have not seen. So when we go in, so that's all that energy of pulling in that all that information. What's somebody else's idea about this? All that I have seen. What have people experienced on this? What do I understand about this? And from there, let Creator reveal to me what it is I am to do. So that's when you go within, what you get aligned with your passion, you get in line with your purpose, you get aligned with your marching orders too. You get aligned with that, but always wait for that. And so that's the power of trusting that Creator that created all that you can see, created all that and more, because there's lots we've never seen, and all that has been created in the past and that is being created right now. And by the way, all this chair, that's a past creation. That's all third-hand information. It's not even current, but I can appreciate it and I can experience it as a creation, right? So we can appreciate it as a creation, but it's already created. So when we begin to put our energy and faith into the Creator to create for us lives of goodness If God can create a tree like these hemlock trees here, they make bazillions of these little tiny needles, right? They're everywhere. One tree can create that. But that tree started with what? One seed, one little bitty tiny seed that dropped into the darkness and found a way to grow some roots and then stuck its little head up. It was a baby tree, right? And somewhere along the line, it got nurtured so that it could grow to its full potential. We got hemlocks and cedars here that are massive. They're massive. So I look at these things and I go, wow, Source could create that. What can Source create within me? And I like to look at nature in that way and let it respond to me in that way, because it reminds me that I am creator, and that if I can align myself with that truth, which I attempt to do every day. I got my days, and then I have my beautiful days where I totally remember. And this morning I totally remembered when I woke up, and this line about all that I have seen, that empowers me to trust the Creator for all that I have not seen. So when I look at things that I have not seen, right, those are things that are going to be those seeds, ideas that are being planted within my heart. So do I want to see someone else's creation for my life, or do I want to see my own creation for my life? So we were talking earlier about, I live in a beautiful home, but I created this out of giving thanks for a beautiful view, lots of light, easy to clean. I mean, like I had my priorities, right? And that's, it's got all the elements, and it was offered to me. I didn't have to go look for it. It was offered to me. And so would you like to live here? Would you like, and I'm like, heck yeah, right? Because it matched everything that the Creator had put in my heart. I did this one other time many years ago when I visited a friend of mine, and she lived in this gorgeous mansion. And her view was a beautiful wetlands, and she had, it was like, it wasn't just the view. The home itself was just gorgeous and magnificent, and had winding staircases. It had two of those, one in the back and one in the main entry. It was something. And I remember sitting in her formal living room with her praying, and I was looking out that window, and you could see the entire wetlands, and then and the life that was out there. You could see the birds flying in, and just the energy of the wetlands. And I started thinking, I give thanks for this or something better in my life. I give thanks for this. And it was just a thought. But that was a seed idea. Okay. So this is the importance of seed ideas. When you see something and you resonate with it, and it feels good and it aligns with what you like, start giving thanks for that. I give thanks for this or something better for me. About 2 months later, this same lady said, hey, my husband and I just bought a house up on an island. We have lots of islands around here. Would you like to live in our home? So I could say yes, or I could say no. So I said yes, and moved into this magnificent home with my mother and my daughter. It gave me lots of space to give everyone very private. Actually, my bedroom was about as big as what my whole apartment is. the one thing about that place, as much as I love it, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, and I had to hire gardeners to keep because I couldn't keep up with it all. So you learn things about those big magnificent experiences, and then really, what do you want? And I lived there for many years and enjoyed it thoroughly, and had many beautiful experiences in that place. But you see how that works. It's like you get when I looked out that window that day and it resonated and aligned with my spirit, and I gave thanks for that. Look at what the energy of that giving thanks brought into. Now, I didn't say to her any of this. We were just in prayer, and actually we were doing an art project together, and we were just having fun. That energy landed in my heart so that I could give thanks for that or something better. And I needed a bigger place because I just inherited my mom from Katrina. And Katrina, it was a hurricane that happened over here, and many people lost their lives, for one, but mostly their homes and everything. And my mother was one of those people. She lost everything. But she came to me, and we created a lot of beauty for her and a lot of goodness for her before she passed on. So that's the idea of, in the moment before I had that beautiful thought about how beautiful this is and this or something better for me, I was in a place of a need. Right. So there was the need. I need a bigger place to live. I didn't go searching for it. I started just giving thanks. Right. I'd found that resonant quality of what resonated with my soul. And out of that thanksgiving, it could be materialized. And that's how that works. I didn't say to her, hey, if you're not going to live here anymore, could you let me, No, I didn't pounce on anything. I just let Creator take care of it. And so that's I think one reason that line, all things that I can see, right? I could see out in that beautiful home. I could see the home itself and the fine paneling and everything was just perfect in that home. I could see that resonated with me. And that was a quality I knew was about me coming in. So that was a seed thought. So, but it came from, I had a need to have a bigger place to live because now I have my mother plus my youngest daughter. And although we made where I lived work, it was tight. It was, there wasn't spaciousness for everyone to have total spaciousness. And we could have lived like that, but I had the desire that we each have our own beautiful, spacious places to be. So that was the need. So everybody in our world, they'll have a need. So you can probably identify a need you have. And so from the need, that's like that invisible that you can't see it, right? You can't see how that need might manifest. But when you go in and you do the interior work and you begin to give thanks for all of that being fulfilled, that's when the Creator ignites and ignites the seed, just like the hemlocks and the cedars that grow here, right? It ignites that seed and gives it a place to be nurtured. And the way I nurtured it was by giving thanks for it. So gratitude and thanksgiving are some of the very high. If you could only have one prayer, let it be thanksgiving. Let it be gratitude. Let it be that, because that is the most powerful way to ignite any solution to your need, right? So we don't focus on the need, we focus on a divine solution and begin to give thanks for it. So as we are, and I've always said this, we are creators. Because we're made in the image and likeness of Creator, so too we are creators. And we know we're creators because we create stuff all the time. We create good stuff. We create craps sometimes. And as humans, then we judge whether and what we've created. So it can be good, it can be crap, it can be whatever. It's but through us, Creator creates, and through that Thanksgiving, Creator creates magnificent things. So that's kind of where I wanted to. I just wanted to talk about that Emerson quote because it's just so apropos to where we are today. So let's talk about where we are today as a world. And I'm in the US, and I know you know all the craziness that's going on over here. You got your own brand of craziness in the UK. You know, everybody in the world, Turkey, look at Turkey, what's going on within Turkey. There's so much going on in the world. Those are outer experiences, and that's not where we want to put our attention. That's the need, right? So what we want to do is come in. So what's the solution? What's the solution in each one of, I don't have the solution for everybody. I got the solution for self. And as I move into the world with solution to self, then we talked about that 100th monkey thing before, you know, it's like, as I do this and then someone witnesses how it is affecting me and doing well for me, they'll start doing this, like giving thanks. Let's just start giving thanks, right? It's not like the 100th monkey washing potatoes, but we're giving thanks, and it's a habit. It becomes a daily part of your life. It becomes so that as people see you give thanks, they begin to give thanks because they see the power in that.
I actually, when you talk, I actually been thinking about this difference, what we talk about few videos back between creation and manifestation. You just, yes, you planted this seed, you love this place, but you really tell Creator that maybe I can get something better. Yeah, you give this option to not I want exactly this place. Yeah, because I know and I have been trained myself when I start my journey. I was learning that you are putting like exactly what you want. Yeah, like I want 3-bedroom bungalow with beautiful garden and beautiful kitchen and like in the details, and you feel how you are in this. But actually you can ask something to Creator to actually give me what I need, what I love, because Creator knows what I love, Creator knows what I need.
Absolutely. And then when I add something like this or something better, that's where Creator steps in and gives you not only what you want, but what you need. Right?
Yeah. And about whatever happening around, I take huge advice from, I don't remember anymore who it was, because I was watching before started all lockdowns. I was watching quite a lot of truthers and what they've been saying. So I don't remember who was telling. But somebody was telling, doesn't matter what is happening out there, you have to constantly keep in eye of the storm. Be in the quietest place in eye of the storm.
Yep.
And thank God, myself and my other half, we all the time try to just stay in this eye of the storm. I'm not watching news. News sort of interesting ways appear to my doorstep anyway by various people telling me something. Yeah, but I'm not going into news and checking what's going on everywhere, or what's bad again is happening there and there. I'm not in all this drama. I'm in my 3-foot world. That's it. I'm here. And as you know, I make mistakes, and yes, I make mistakes.
I made a mistake! Yay!
Yay! And actually, another thing my other half as well is learning when one of other of us doing something like that, we just making fun of it.
Yeah.
Because as you know, I've been few weeks back very down, and somehow I managed to get out of this place again, thanks to you. So whoever is watching, please watch our videos, because Morgan's teachings is really helping me. It does help people, so it works. So please go watch videos from very beginning. Today we already doing, you know which video we doing, Morgan?
No, I have no idea. Which one is this one?
24.
Oh, 24. Huh, interesting.
Yeah,
wow.
24 video already today. So
wow.
There is 24 videos, 24 hours. That means 24 hours, one full day and night. You have literally of wisdom, pure wisdom from Morgan. So I'm extremely grateful for this wonderful lady to work with me and choose me. So thank you from bottom of my heart, Morgan. I can't even express how thankful I am.
You know, you're so welcome. I never ever thought about doing this kind of a format for teaching, but I've appreciated it and I look forward to it. It also keeps me walking my talk. You know what I mean by that? You know, it's like we can have the most high ideas, right? But if you're not walking that, it's just a great idea. It's like the chair, right? Somebody would have thought about that, and boy, that's a great idea, but they never moved on it. There's also something else I wrote up on here about that. Well, I write all over the place, so I think I addressed all of these before you can. So these are things that as I was in meditation this morning that I got. Before you can reach outside of yourself, you must reach within to find your power, your purpose, and your direction. And so we covered that, and that's beautiful. So the other thing that I got was the time has come for your wishes to be fulfilled and your dreams to be realized. Love that. It's like, yay. But do you know what your wishes are? Well, if the time has come for those wishes to be filled, well, what are they? What are your wishes? What are your dreams? People have forgotten to do that part in their lives. They've forgotten that. It's like, what I've seen is a lot of complacency among people. Like oh, whatever, you know, they're just going to, you know, kill us all, or they're going to, you know, a pharmaceutical is going to just kill us all. You know, it's like everything's against you. everything is against you, but that's not true. That's someone else's ideas. So let's come back to, if we are creators, then what are we creating in our lives? Are we creating to latch onto their ideas and their dreams, or what is mine? So it's so important to go within and not be stop being complacent. Start dreaming. Start, in the Bible it says, unless you become as a little child, you cannot enter into the kingdom. What does that mean? Look at a little child. They are full of imagination and creation and acting as if. I have a 4-year-old granddaughter that I swear she believes she's the princess of the world. She dresses the part. She acts the part. She has become that. She does not go anywhere without a beautiful dress on, without her hair done. I mean, it's like she is living this idea. But how many of us are doing that kind of thing too, right? So we don't move into our world as the consciousness of who we are. We may have a dream, but we hide it over, and then we walk out in the world and do what the world is doing over there. Stop it. Stop being of the world. That it's just so destructive to your soul and your spirit when you do that. Go within. Wake up and remember who you are. What's your purpose? What's your bit in this part? What did you sign up to do? Any and all of that. So when I look at the time has come for wishes to be fulfilled and dreams to be realized, it wasn't just for me. This is for everyone. So go figure out what your dream is. And you might know what it is. What's your wishes? You might know what it is. It's time to put your attention on that. And then I wrote one other thing. Difficulties may have challenges, but even in these, victory is assured. So I love that. So sometimes we set out on what we think is, the path, and we'll get challenges, but really those challenges are those unhealed parts of us that are presenting themselves. Oh, yeah, look at this. That's your opportunity to begin to heal an idea or a belief or a belie system. You know how I like to look at that word. Mm-hmm. It's got lie right there in the middle of it, right? It's like the tell-lie vision. Anytime that you are moving in your life or letting a belief or idea stop you, then look at that. Hello, I see you. You've been here before. Okay, let me put some attention on you. What do you need? What do you want? What are you trying to communicate? So when those things come up, you don't try to squash them back down. No, you bring them back up. You embrace them. You transform them. I love that. And then the transformation can begin to happen because you begin to clear away all of those. Sometimes I think that dreams and wishes are put into you so that you will butt up against also all of the beliefs and ideas that you have that are not in alignment with that. So that would be those fears, those I don't deserve, you should, or you could, right? There's all those blockages that keep us from allowing the creation to just unfold. And which is different because when I gave thanks for when I hit that resonance of what resonated with me in that beautiful home, not that I was saying, I want this house. No, it had nothing to do. I want this house and no other house, and it's got to be this house and da-da-da. No, I just got into the resonance of what that felt like and the appreciation of it and the love. How many times a day do you do that, Daiga? Sit in the resonance of what you love. So when that dream comes dropping down into you, oh, that feels good. It's like the chair, right? Oh, I can imagine creating this in my mind. Oh, yeah, it's wide enough. It's perfect. It's cushy enough. It's supportive enough. It's like get into the dream and get into the wish and get into what it feels like, not totally what it looks like or it's got to be this way, but what do you get from it? What's the experience you get from it? And that giving thanks that day, that in that moment when I felt the beauty of the place and the quality craftsmanship and the magnificence of the view, all I could do was give thanks for that and just go, this or something better, this or something. And so I got into alignment with it. So wish, dream, go back, become a little child again in that unabashed freedom to become whatever you want to be, do whatever you want to do. It's like that same little girl that's she's the princess of the world. And you've heard me tell this story before. At 2, she decided that she was a wakeboarder, right? She's a wakeboarder. You know what a wakeboarder is? Yeah. A wakeboarder is, there's a wakeboard. Have you ever seen skiers? They ride on skis behind a boat, right? Mm-hmm. So this is kind of like that, but it's just a board, like a snowboard. It's called a wakeboard. It's just one board, and you stand on it behind as the boat is making those wakes that go up, right? And the people ride those like they're surfing, and it's great fun. And she watches her dad and her Uncle Mo do that, right? She'd been watching them since right after she was born because she was on that boat all the time. So she's witnessing them do that. She decided that was for her at 2 years old. And she announced it. Amaya, wakeboarder. She announced it. She's seen it. She felt it. You could even see her like practicing, balancing like she was on the wakeboard. It was profound to watch this. And then her parents could not settle her down on this idea. So when summer came, she got to experience being on the wakeboard and the joy. You should have seen the joy in her face because she knew what to do. She knew how to stand because she'd already practiced those things. How do we do that? We don't do that. I mean, I do sometimes, right? I get into what's that feeling, right? What is that feeling? What does it feel like to be successful? What does it feel like to be wealthy? What does it feel like to live in the home of your dreams? What does it feel like? So we're the ones who create that. And I guess that's what my whole message is about today, to begin to appreciate all that has been created so that there's a power and a presence out there, that creator that creates more. It's always constantly in creation, all the time. It doesn't stop. It's like those little onions coming out in the pot right now. You would have think they would have froze to death over this winter because we had some hard, cold, even single digits this year, cold. And in a logical brain, you would think, oh, everything's just going to die. But no, it's beyond all of that. It's beyond what you physically can see and know. You got to go into that mystery, into that. I don't want to use the word magical because that's really more about the out, I don't know, just go into the mystery, go into the trust that a creator that can create all this and all this is creating more. And so what are you planning into it? So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. And I think for the meditation, I know we're kind of moving into our hour here. I thought it might be good. I'd like to, in our Course in Miracles class, we practiced a meditation this week that gets you into your I am place, into your I amness. And because in this class, we were learning about the power of the I am, right? Using I am And you can know that and listen to yourself when you're saying I am and you're linking it up to something you don't really want to experience, right? So people who are scared, they can say I am afraid. Well, is that something you want to align your I am to? No. How about I'm sick and tired?
It's straight away. Actually, as soon you said I'm afraid or I'm sick and tired, I straight away, no, I'm not going to pronounce this. I'm
Right.
healthy, wealthy, happy, and blessed.
Exactly.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I thank you. You get into the resonance of it and you get into gratitude of it. So this week we worked on coming back into your true I am, the right mind I am, your divine I am, because that's what we are. We are divine, sovereign, holy children of the Creator. Can you just let that in? We are divine, sovereign children of the Creator.
It's actually very difficult to grasp because we've been programmed for so many years that we are nothing.
That's right.
We can't do anything and we just have to listen to television and we have to listen to everybody who sits in thrones and what they say and you should do this, yeah.
Yeah.
So otherwise obey or you're not going to be living your life, yes. So it's quite challenging to change everything around even
Well,
when you know all this, yeah.
yeah,
Still
yeah, yeah. If you can just go, does that resonate with you? Does that make you feel beautiful and like creator and energized? No, it doesn't. It's squashing. It's gets you depressed. It moves you down into those lower density energies we've talked
mm-hmm.
about a lot. Get into fear. We get into guilt. We get into shame. We get into blame.
Despair.
Right? And even us, if we work towards blaming royalty or blaming the pharmaceutical companies or blaming anybody, we've moved into the ego again, right? It may be, we may think, oh, we know, but no, you just moved into the same thread. So it's stopping all of that, just letting all that go and moving into that interior of who you really are. And that is what brings forth. We'll go back to that 100 monkey thing. When I'm willing to do this, when I am willing to not put my attention or energy on that, then I can put my attention and energy on unconditional love. I can put my energy on being fully supported in all ways and in beautiful ways. I can put my attention on my purpose, right? I can put my attention on all that I am called to do and be here, not play in that realm, And eventually, like the 100th monkey, we become awakened to who we are, that we are the creators, and that people cannot manipulate us. They can try. I've had many people try to manipulate me, but I'm so resolute in who I am and what I represent in this world. And I've been like this a long time, but I'm still doing my work. I'm still inspiring people. And that's what it's all about for me, is who can I inspire today? Who can I help today? Who can I serve today? And that's how I wake up I'm still here. Okay. Right. And then the words come, and that's where this line comes from. It goes back, and that's the teaching point here, is to look out and see all that's been created, not for just great, but it's to inspire you to go within and realize all that's not been created yet and what is yours to create. So Yeah. So any questions or thoughts before we do a
No,
little
I
meditation?
think we can move to meditation now.
Okay, beautiful. I'm just going to drink a water and see what Source has for us today. So I invite everyone to close your eyes as a way of just closing out the world. And as you just close your eyes, take a beautiful breath in. And on the release, just let your body relax into that. And feel how good it feels just to close your eyes and take a conscious breath. Resting your eyes, turning within. Take a breath in and let it go. And allow your inner vision to wake up. And we can do this by using our inner eyes to just look up into our interior forehead. Just awaken that third eye, that inner eye, and invite it to waken up. If yours is not awake, invite it to wake up. Wake up. I know you're there. That inner eye, so that you can begin to remember your dreams, your wishes, your purpose. And for a moment, I'm just going to let you be silent with your awakening of your third eye and just breathe as you invite it in, or if you are already awakened in your third eye, just bask in it for a while. So I'm going to be silent for a moment as you cast your inner eye up into your third eye to awaken it, to nurture it. Breathe into your third eye. Offer it the ether, the Holy Spirit. And as your third eye is beginning to awaken or is awakened, or maybe it was totally asleep and you're just rubbing the sleep away from it, begin to give thanks for your awakened inner vision. I am so grateful. My inner vision is awake and I can truly see. Breathe into that. Awaken my vision clearly so that I may know and see clearly. Take a breath into that. And then move your attention to your heart. And take a breath into your heart area. Well, we are now going to awaken the heart. And let that breath out. And relax into that heart area. Bring your attention to your heart. Breathe into your heart. I awaken my heart now, my unconditional love heart. And let the breath out and relax into the awakening of your unconditional love. Focus on your heart. Bring your awareness to your heart. Breathe into your heart. I remember. I am love. I remember. I come from love. I remember. And now with the energy of the awakened third eye, bring that awakened third eye to come and rest into your heart. And as you do this, just listen to the words that I speak and image them as who you truly are. Breath in. Be still and know I am God. Breath out. Be still and know I am. Be still and know. Breathe that into your heart. Be still. Be. Awaken and remember that this is you. Be. I am. I am. I am awakened vision. I am unconditional love. Breathe that in. Inform every cell of your being that truth. And release and let go and relax into that remembering. I am. Be. Be the state of human that is truly being. I am. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am. Be still and know. Be still. Be. And just reflect on how this feels to be in this state of just being. Nothing to do, nothing to create, nothing to demand our energy, just the presence of being. Take a beautiful breath in. Lock that into every cell of your being, to every muscle, every fiber of your being. And be the presence of the I am, the presence of unconditional love, the presence of divine knowing. Be the open receptor of receiving Creator's gifts. Be. Allow. Accept. Open. And as you integrate these ideas and concepts into your whole being, as we move from this meditative state into moving into the world, we truly move into the world as that divine state of being. And image yourself right now moving from this state into any situation that you might have a need or desire. Bring this energy there and infuse that need or desire. All things are created by Creator, by God. And just surrender that need to the divine and image into that need what you truly want. Infuse into it the beingness of love and goodness and plenty and joy, whatever it is. Infuse into that and then hand it over to the divine for creation. Offer it as this or something better. Thank you. Thank you. And come back to that energy in the heart of the gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. Breathe into that gratitude that all things are handled through God. All things, give them to the divine. Give them. Thank you. Come back to your heart. Be in your heart. Breathe through your heart as we begin to open our eyes and come present here. Maintain that frequency. Maintain that gratitude. Maintain that energy. Just bring it all back here. And stay present to that. So that when you walk into the world, you're walking in the world, not of the world, but you're bringing this awareness and consciousness to the world.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Devon.
I find so hard to get out of where I was. It's so hard to push myself go back. I want to stay there. It was so nice, so safe.
Yeah, but you can bring that energy into every situation, right? But you gotta do the work. You gotta close your eyes. The work is close your eyes and go back and remember and wake up your knowingness, wake up your heart, get them in alignment with each other. And then all is taken care of. It's all done.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Morgan. And thank you everybody for watching. Please don't forget like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel because many more videos are here to come and many more teachings. And from our hearts to yours, thank you and God bless.